up, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name's Nelson. Today we're inside the 2000 Toyota Camry, and today we're gonna be going for a POV test drive. So guys, is this not just the greatest Camry of all time? It is, right? 97 through 2001, I believe, is what this is. And if you've had one of these, you know these are the best. For example, I used to have the older Camry, which was a 96 Toyota Camry, and it wasn't me that owned it, it was actually my girl. When we first met, she was driving a 96 Camry. It was burgundy red, had 200-something thousand miles, and it ran beautifully. And so funny, she was driving the Camry and I was driving the Corolla. And this was 10 years ago, because we've been going out for about 10 years now. Her Camry was super old, paint completely burnt off, and actually my mom, she owns the 2003 Toyota Camry, so the newer generation of this exact same car. So you guys got to tell me which one you like the most. You got to tell me if you've had them, because I can imagine someone who bought a 96 Camry that loved it, bought a 2001, and then bought maybe a 2003. I'm not sure, or any variation of that went from 96 2002 2001 Camry. So these things are legendaries. I mean, they call the Honda Accord the king of the road, right? It's known to be one of the best cars, but look, the Honda Accord this year, this generation, right now in 2022, you have to be very careful. The Honda Accord right now have head gasket problems. And it's not because they're bad cars, it's just because they're so old, but they have head gasket problems. And you got to be very careful. I tell people, be careful when you're buying an old Honda, because even though the head gasket's blown, it'll take you a couple days to realize it. So if you go and buy one, it may look good, sound good, drive good, but it will slightly overheat, or it will overheat all the way, but in a couple of days. So it's very difficult to go and buy one on the spot that same day and make sure 100% that it's reliable. Also, the Honda Accord, the king of the road in the 2000s, has transmission problems. And I mean, how are you going to compare the king of the road, the Honda Accord, to the 2000 Toyota Camry? You can't, man. This thing, I mean, I bought this thing sight unseen. I did not see it in person. I did not know what the motor sounded like. I did not know anything about it. And this car I can buy like that without even anyone, nothing. I'm serious. Compared to a Honda, I would have to go and see it in person. So man, this is the king of the road. I just decrowned the Honda Accord and crowned this one right here. We'll just call the Honda the queen of the road, right? Loser. But those are my thoughts, so please let me know what you guys think. And like I said, I just bought this Camry. Now, the reason for this Camry being one of the best, especially better than the 96, I think there's a couple different reasons. Number one, they're super old, super ugly. You don't see them on the road as much, and I don't really like the design of like the headlights and stuff like that. They're just super old looking, and this one is more modern. It has a simple type headlight, and it's super easy to buff out. Mechanically, I don't like the older Honda Accords because they still have a distributor, and the distributor needs to be adjusted for the time. It can leak. It has a lot more parts compared to this one. This one has coils, so if you have a misfire, all you got to do is replace spark plugs, coils, and the wires, and you should fix it just about 100%. On the 96 and down Camry, you got to do the cap, the rotor, the distributor, the stuff inside the distributor, like the ignition points, and who knows what else. I forget what they're called, little module stuff. So there's just a lot more components to that older style Toyota Camry, and this one doesn't have that. It's more modern. It's a lot easier to service, to change, everything, and it's gonna cost you a lot less money. And I think these are still, with the 4-cylinder, really good to commute. Look, mine only has 150,000 miles, 149. It's gonna hit 150, and this motor on this Camry is just so good. It's amazing, and I love buying low mileage Camrys. This is a low mileage Camry. 150 is really good for a Camry that's 22 years old right now. All right, so why is this Camry better than the newer generation Camry, the 2003 to 2006, I believe it is? The 2003 Camrys smoke. They burn oil. I've heard of them burning a lot of oil, so much oil that, you know, there's issues with the motors and they got to be replaced. Also, if they don't have that big issue where they're burning a lot of oil, they burn a tiny little bit of oil every single day. My mom's Camry, every single time you start it up, big old cloud of blackish, silverish, grayish smoke comes out of the exhaust pipe. We've had my mom's Camry for years, maybe like 5 or 6 years, and we got it with like 140,000 miles, and it has over 200 now. It still smokes, but I've never had a problem with the motor, mostly because first thing, we bought it off the Carfax. We looked at it, we said, okay, this is a good car. The paint is straight faded, just like on this car. This car, the paint is super faded. I mean, it's a Camry, old Camry. The really cool thing about an old Camry is that you don't have to clean it so much. You can see it's a little dirty here and there. I mean, you're not buying this car to be looking super fresh and trying to pick up this and all this other stuff. You know, you're buying this car for the MPG. You can see that my MPG is, you know, I got no gas, but I could literally go to Modesto and back. You know, I could go on a 20-25 minute drive with that gas and not be worried about it, compared to if I was driving a Chevy or anything else. And I love these cars. We buy so much of them that I know these cars inside and outside. I know big issues that they have, because when I bought this one, it was actually leaking a little bit of oil, and I think I fixed it already, but I'm not 100% sure. But they're super easy to fix. The motors are just there. And man, I mean, it just makes it look so simple, even though Toyota is super overbuilt. Is the 4-cylinder better than the V6? I do buy a lot of V6. I like Toyota V6. They make amazing V6 motors and V8 motors. But the 4-cylinder, I mean, when you have one that runs, you can feel the power right away. And if you're looking at an old Toyota and it has that power, then yeah, it's probably a good Toyota. The V6 is great because it really helps you in like a mountain type setting. So let's say your commute involves going up hills, going down hills and stuff like that. That V6 will power you through those hills, compared to the 4-cylinder right here, which I want it more for MPG, for city driving, a little bit of highway driving, my commute to work, which is like a 20-minute commute. So it's not a whole lot, and with that gas, I know I can get there. I'm not going to be going through some crazy hills where I need that super powerful motor. But this is a very good, reliable motor, and this year, like I said, doesn't really smoke. Now, if you're looking at V6 in 2003 for the Camry, those are excellent. If you're looking for the V6 for this year Toyota Camry, those are pretty excellent too. But those years, they're also gonna have leaks. A giant issue with them is the valve cover. The valve cover leaks like crazy. Also, the V6 tend to have timing belts. This thing has a timing chain, so the timing chain does not need to be replaced. It runs with all the motor stuff, so as long as you do the oil changes on time, you should be like 100% safe for the timing belt, or not timing belt, for the timing chain. So that's just one giant service for the 4-cylinder Camry that does not need to be done. And it's so awesome that they started this around these years, the 2000 years. And that's just, it makes it so much more reliable, because Honda, you know, in these years in 2000 are still running timing belts on their 4-cylinders to try and save a little bit of MPG, try to save a little bit of money, but they didn't need to. Timing chains work just as good. They don't weigh a lot. That was their reasoning for doing the timing belt, because it was just easier to spin compared to a timing chain. But the timing chain is just amazing, and it gets rid of a really big repair that you have to do. That is something you have to do along the line. And yeah, that's about it. That's why I think this Toyota Camry is just one of the best Toyota Camrys ever made. Of course, guys, I want to hear your opinions about it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, welcome back to the channel, because I have not been posting a lot of my opinions or vlog type videos, so I'm gonna start vlogging now, which is basically the same thing as I was doing, just talking. I hope you guys like it. I don't know a whole lot about cars every single day, and I love cars. I love POV driving. That's the reason I started doing this whole channel, is because I love the whole POV, the whole point of view. When during the whole pandemic and stuff like that, I started watching a lot of POV videos, whether it was POV biking, POV on motorcycles, or POV cars, or POV walking. Those are really interesting, and I kind of want to start like a POV walking channel, but we'll see. Like, this channel is just, first of all, it's for a little bit extra income. I'm not gonna straight lie to you guys. That's 100% what it is. I want it so I can make a little bit more money on the side, because you know, I'm working a lot of hours but not getting paid a whole lot of money. You know, I forget, there's a thing for that, but I forget what it is. But that's what it is, and I really appreciate you guys being here. 100%, you guys are helping me out every single day, helping me power through my day, because the days working at a car dealership are so long. And it's crazy, because I talked to my girl and she's like, the days are so long and the years go by so fast. And at a car dealership setting, it's like the opposite. The days are so short. The days are short, and the years, they do go fast though, but the days are short. I will tell you guys right now that I just started at the gym, so I've been going to the gym every day or not every day, but I've been going like 3 times a week, every week. There hasn't been a week that I haven't gone to the gym for the last like 2 months. So I am getting a little healthier, a little stronger, and that's awesome. I feel a lot better. I kind of did hurt my back this week, which totally stinks. My back is killing me, so I haven't been able to run. I've been trying to run like a mile a day or 2 miles a day every single day, but I haven't been able to because my back has just been hurting so much. So I got to take it easy a little bit, recover from that, and I'm just recovering all over the place. And I appreciate you guys being here. Okay, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys down in the comments later.